Hey guys, this is Luthais and welcome to update 1.2 in Miscreated. Now, I played on the experimental server from scratch to show you guys all the things I found, and of course I will leave the patch notes down in the comments below. But yeah, just going through all the crafting options, had a look at some cool headbands that I don't really ever look at, but yeah, I'm going to be using the red one very soon. So some really cool headbands there. And then of course in the last update they gave us the rugs. We've got a lot of nice scarf options, and yeah, of course the fanny pack. And what I loved is that if you want to create coal really quickly for C4, then you can just break wood logs into stick piles. Great feature. And they gave us new flags, especially one that I'm very excited about, and that is the South African flag. Okay, so we got a bunch of flags, hopefully for every single country, and even South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. So yes, very proud that us South Africans got a flag there. And then of course at the magazines we can craft ammo boxes now. Doesn't cost a lot, just scrap metal and sheet metal, which is going to help a lot with the ammo, and it can store basically, yeah, it looks like almost every ammo that there is. So that's a really great addition. And yeah, I think it can hold up to 250 bullets. And then we've got, of course, all the guns that you can craft, from the last update as well. So because I didn't just want to plant my flag, in the middle of nowhere, I thought I'd build a quick little base. Wanted to do a base building guide 2 for you guys, but unfortunately they closed down the server before I got finished with it. But in any case, yeah, just a quick little tip. You guys know I love tips. At the moment you can stack up to 64 lumber on one slot. Okay, so you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, I've gathered a lot of lumber while I was just exploring the island, and out of that 64 lumber I could build 6 platforms and 1 large wall, and a little cover at the bottom which I didn't really use, but still I could add 7 nice parts to my base. And yes, just go explore again and enjoy the gameplay. And while I'm exploring, I just build up that lumber again, because it only takes up 2 kilograms, and it's a great idea. And then yes, Miscreated's still got a lot of comedy in it. Build up a truck to tow some parts, and yeah, while I'm just searching around and enjoying myself, I don't realize that the truck just tipped over when I climbed out. But I've got a trick for you guys. If your truck falls over like this for no reason, this is how you get it back on its wheels. Voila. Yeah, back on his wheels again. Not rubber wheels, but I mean it's upright. Still works. Okay, so we got another car and we ran into this nice game station here, Space Invaders or something. I don't know how many variations there are, but yes, you can tow these nice little game stations to your base. Unfortunately, I was building up a buggy and you can't use a towing cable with that. So I went ahead and built up the truck again, because they respawn within 2 hours. So I just made sure I went and got it again. Of course, there's various vehicles that you can use tow cables with, but I like this truck. So I attached the towing cable. Of course, there's a lot of jerry cans there, because the truck takes a lot of jerry cans to fill up. It's not like the quad where you just use 2 oil and 1 jerry can and you're good to go. And yes, I dragged it all the way to my base. And yeah, I was quite interested what it can do. So yeah, if you get to your base, just deattach the towing item, go and look for the sweet spot, and then we go on place. Pops up Space Force. Nice space game there. And we just put it in our base along. No point for anyone to really destroy it. So it's not as if we can lose anything. And when you put it on, the lights come on. So yeah, can't play the game, but it's a nice feature. And yeah, with mods enabled on Miscreated, I'm sure someone's going to come up with some interesting idea. But yes, nice addition. And of course, I still have to make my flag that I'm so proud of. So I went through all the garages and factories like these, and I got my black paint and the green paint that I need for the South African flag. And yes, there's another tip for you guys. Like you see, I'm very happy. And yeah, garages and factories are great for paint cans, you know, if you want to make nice items. And there it is, guys, on this survival island, bit torn up, but looks really cool. And it's finally South Africans can claim their land and be proud. So while I was at it, expanded a bit on the base. Like I said, I was busy with some ideas for the next base building guide. And yes, it's always entertaining to me to try different things, because we've got such a lot of building options. I don't know how many of you really go through every single option, like what you can do with wood and steel and rocks and, you know, wood. But yes, I'm always entertained by it. It doesn't really feel like work to me. I knew the experimental server would close down at some point. I was just hoping, you know, it could stay open until I was done with this specific model, so that I can show you guys a few things. But yes, nice little parts, and like I say, I just use the lumber that I gather in the world, just making sure everything's level there. And everything seems fine. And of course, yes, don't know how many of you guys do this, but if you want to know how important rags is, you use 2 rags for every sandbag, and then you just fill the sandbag up with dirt, and then you can add these cool things to your base, you know. And this little peak hole in the sandbag wall is really great, especially, you know, up on top of your base or on your roof, or, you know, any kind of vantage point, because if you add single sandbags to the back of that hole, then you can crawl and get a nice shooting angle at anyone attacking your base. So yes, I was close to the end, and for one another reason, my jerry cans disappeared that I had on my porch, and I had to use a military canteen to fill up this crop of mine with water. And please guys, don't ever do that. This was probably the 6th or 7th trip that I made. So please do yourselves a favor, get a jerry can, empty it out, go fill it up, you know, at a water source, and it's just one shot, and the thing's got enough water. And of course, just showing you here, you know, nothing about the loot is really important, but I use purified water. I'm full of shit like that. And while I was waiting for my melons to, you know, grow, made a nice fire inside the base. Had some furnaces going because I wanted to test out the C4 for you guys. It's got new animations and new sounds. So yeah, I was just busy crafting a C4 to show you guys that. And as you guys can see, there's no pole in the middle of any platform. Okay, the spacing is nice, and that's what I'm going to show you in the next base building guide. And we're going to do a bunch of nice creative things, yeah, so that we can be proud. And finally, I can be proud that I've grew a lot of things in this game, but I've never grown watermelons. And yeah, watermelons are very, very good. 15% food and 70% fluid. And of course, don't forget the rotten food that you have to gather to fertilize your crop. It will just help a lot with growing it, and it takes about 15 minutes to finish it. So yes, achieved that goal, so I was happy. And basically the server closed down at this point, so I couldn't finish the base. But I still enjoyed it, and yes, you guys can still look forward to the next base building guide. We're really going to build something that we are proud of. So basically after this, I waited for the update. And yes, got the first plane on my hardcore server. And I saw the drop going down very, very far. And I thought to myself, goodness gracious, I hope it stays quite longer there. So I got into the pickup truck, but of course there's a river between me and it, and I just couldn't get it to it in time. As soon as it hits the ground, the smoke goes away, so I lost that one, couldn't find it at all. And yeah, I waited for the next one, and they come every hour. Yeah, the server has to be up for about an hour for them to come, but it feels more like an hour and a half. Okay, so don't try and time it on an hour exactly. It's more like an hour and a half to me. But yes, it's a great addition in my opinion. And of course, here you can see I'm still going after the same one. And here, yeah, I'm not very proud of this, but yeah, I was really close. And then the smoke disappeared. And guys, although that looks close, it wasn't really as close as it looked, and I lost that one as well. So I thought to myself, while I'm waiting for the next drop, let's test out the C4. So I went to my friend and borrowed some of his C4, and let's see.
Oh, here we go. Whoa.
That was fucking awesome, man.
Dude, the whole thing went right over here. Holy shit.
That's fucking awesome, man. Okay. Well, the sound was better as well, eh? It sounded cool.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
I'm just wondering, was it the C4 animation that looked cool, or was it the car blowing up that looked cool?
I think it was a combination of both. Well, it's pretty impressive. Had quite a punch to it. Nice.
So let's find out, was it the car or the C4?
Holy shit.
What the fuck was that? I'm almost dead, bro. I've got 22% health left. What the fuck? That looks like a mini nuke.
I know. I know. I thought we were far enough away, but no, we weren't.
That looked like a mini nuke, man. Okay, guys, so we tracked down our first drop, luckily. And as you can see, it's green on green grass. It's very difficult to see from a distance. The light, that little light doesn't really help you. At night, it might help you to see it a bit better. But of course, yeah, we got to it. There's 6 different kinds of drops. Some is like an explosive drop, just gives you explosives. There's a medical drop, you know, and a guides drop, and various kinds of drops. This is a good balance. I call it the soldier drop, and it gives you C4, and of course you can put duffel bags inside of crates. Now you can put backpacks inside of crates if they're empty, which is a nice addition as well. They've shortened the time, the amount of sheet metal you need now to upgrade your walls, you know, by half. And yes, guys, it's a fucking great addition, and people are gonna kill each other constantly for this drop because every crate has got 20 items in it. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. See you guys later.